Hi everybody. I'm gonna shoot this video now because I've got a lot to say, and I'm sure some of you are probably wanting to know some information at this point. You know, considering the nature of the last video. Again, I am going to start this video off with saying this is your official warning right now. So don't say you weren't warned. I'm about to talk about something, well, gross. I mean, I can't help what it is. It is what it is, okay? I mean, seriously. And then I'm going to talk about some other stuff with that's not gross, but this is going to be, 2 parts in one video. So if you get grossed out by, or, you're a special snowflake and you get offended when people talk about gross stuff, just fast forward to the end of about halfway through the video and you'll be fine. Okay? You'll miss out on the gross stuff. Okay. Now, with that said, this is part 2 from the last video. Okay, as I mentioned in the last video, my husband, Tony, is in the hospital. He has not left. He's been there since 2 Sundays ago. Today is the 29th. The 29th of April. Almost at January. I'm losing it. This is how bad it's gotten, okay? I am mentally cooked, okay, for the most part. I'm lucky I know what day of the week it is. Today's, it was Friday. It's the 29th. Now it's Saturday. It's 12:17 in the morning, according to my microwave. But I'm tired, okay, in case you can't tell. Now, here's an update from this last video that I shot on Sunday. Okay, as I left it on Sunday, Tony, last week was a hot mess. Just a whole flippin' hot mess. Tony is still at the same hospital he was at on Sunday. They haven't moved him out of that hospital. He's changed rooms 3 times. And he's had 2 surgeries. It's like, do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. I'll tell you what, last Saturday, I walked about a mile. I mean, I was like 1/100th of a mile from walking a mile. So I basically walked a mile. I was ready to die last Saturday. I was like, oh God, just let me die. I'll lay here, go to sleep, and die in my sleep and be done. I just was physically wore out. Okay, well, what happened is on Monday, everything was okay. They were just, making sure he wasn't, everything was going crazy and, Monday he was okay. Tuesday, this is the part that's gross. He had a 3rd surgery. It was like I was saying in the last video, he was going to have at least 2 more surgeries. They happened. He's going to have 3 total now. He had 1 on Tuesday, and this is the part that's really icky, so, fair warning. Okay? The surgery on Tuesday, he lost all the toes on his right foot, so they gone. They are off his foot. No, I have not seen it. No, I don't want to see it. Trust me, not right this minute. After I saw the gangrene 2 Sundays ago and I was ready to yak, as I said in the other video, no thank you. And I've seen the picture of what his toes, and that happened on Monday. I saw what his toes, or his foot looked like. That's the thing with Monday. I saw what his foot looked like prior to the surgery on Tuesday, and I about puked. I thought, it was like, this is why I'm not around when he gets his dressing changed. I'm probably here at home because I can't handle it anymore. I want to tell you what. Okay. He still had his big toe and these 2 toes on his right foot on Monday. We're talking Monday here. And of course these 2 were gone. Okay, this is the top of his foot. Okay, missing toe, big toe, missing toe, toe. His Okay, this is the top of his foot. It was like a great big flaming hole, right like this, and I could see the bone in his right foot. Because I'd gotten into his foot. I knew he had taken a picture of his foot without the bandages and crap on, and all that fun business on. Oh, Jesus Christ. Now I know why. Now I know why I was around when he had his bandages changed. I didn't need to see that. I'm like, oh, gag me. I'm like, yuck. I'm like, oh my God, yuck. I named it to him. I said, that's disgusting, honey. But now he's got no toes on that foot, and I don't want to know. Okay? I don't want to know, and I don't want to see it. Okay, that's Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday, he was in recovery, and he's, groggy, whiny. If you know Tony, not to speak ill of my husband, but I love the man, but occasionally he whines like a beat dog. Wednesday, he was whining like a beat dog. I was ready to kill him. I was like, seriously. And they played musical rooms on him. He was upstairs on the 5th floor in a great big honking room. And then by Tuesday, he was in a little runt room on the 4th floor. And he's still on the 4th floor now, because I was just with him up until about 9:30, I'd say. They let me stay because I'm his wife. I have an excuse, And I was sitting there, like, eating dinner with him and talking. I left him a banana. But anyway, he's in a different room, still on the 4th floor. And they moved him there in the room he's currently in. Room number 3, to do the hokey pokey, turn stuff around. They moved him to this room after the surgery he had on Thursday. He had a Thursday schedule. Yeah, this is how I'm losing it. He had a surgery on Thursday. Man had surgery on Thursday. Now, this had nothing to do with his foot. As I mentioned in the other video, man had heart issues. Now, this one was on his heart. The one he had on Thursday was on his heart. He came through that just fine. Just fine. No, his heart didn't stop in this surgery, but they put a stent in his heart. He's got more gunk in his heart, just so you know. And the surgeon came in that worked on his heart on Thursday, tonight, while I was still there. And totally cool man. Good doctor. Doctor checked his heart and whatnot. And the doctor had told me on Thursday that, okay, there's more gunk in there. This is the doctor talking, not me. There's more gunk in Tony's heart, but it was just more involved than what he wanted to do on Thursday. And the surgery was like an hour long or something. I got there late because I was wore out on Thursday. I was like, I just could not get my happy butt moving. I got up at 8:30 in the morning on Thursday, and surgery started at 10:30. I managed to get there by 11:30 because I was just talking out of my rear end by 10. I just could not get my butt moving. I haven't slept good, and that's the other thing. You have to realize that I love my husband, and it's just, it's like I did a whole bunch of walking, and if you know me, I'm not a very well person. I'm not complaining, don't get me wrong, but I have problems with my legs. And I think I might have mentioned this in a previous video, too. But let me tell you something. I cannot walk very well, and it's like I may have to stop. I stop and I have to rest a lot because I had infections in both of my legs 4 years ago in 2019. And my doctor told me, look, you're going to be dealing with this crap for the rest of your life. He wasn't kidding. I'm still dealing with it now. And it takes a lot out of me, and it's like I can only walk so far, I have to stop and rest. Walk another distance, stop, and I have to rest. It's not that I don't care about myself. I do. I try to take good care of myself. But I struggle. with walking, so don't ask me to power walk with you. You can forget it. But anyway, Tony's been handling this like a champ. But I know one thing. Thursday night, he got an attitude with me when we got out of the room. He started, he was kind of groggy, and then after a while, he started kind of halfway waking up, and he just started running his mouth to me, and I got real mouthy with him. I'm like, I'm going to roll you over, and I'm going to do things to you. I was like, yeah. I'm going to get you. And he's like, you wait till I get you home. I said, you're going to get kissed. I said, I am going to wrap my arms around you, squeeze you really hard, and I'm going to kiss your face. I threatened to kiss him. If that's the worst thing Tony ever has done to him, I think he will be fine. After the last 2 weeks, I think Tony will be okay if I squeeze him hard and kiss him hard. He knows I've been good to him, just so you know. Granted, I've been kind of cranky at the same time, and I think Tony, to be honest, knows I'm not feeling good, because I went ape shit on him last night. I just texted him and said, look, I said, I just want you to know, I said, you've been in bed since the 16th. I said, I've done over the last 11 days or so, I have done a shitload of walking. I've basically walked 11 miles in the last 11 days. It's a mile a day. I pretty much have. I said, and I'm having a difficult time. I said, if I want to sit down and just rest and just chill, I go, and I don't feel like getting up and moving because I'm tired, because my legs are hurting, and you need to realize that I want to elevate my legs, and if I'm, wiggling around or, crying because I'm hurting, I'm not trying to be a diva. I'm in pain. I'm like, you don't understand. I go, this hospital is not exactly small. The one out in Edgewood is not little. It's nothing like the one in Fort Thomas. And when I say I've been walking close to a mile every day, that's not a joke. You have to park way out that way and then walk way into the hospital. And he's on the other side of the building, and it's 4 or 5 buildings conglomerated together. And he's in the 3rd or 4th building way down that way. And, I'm getting my walk on. So those of you that are worried that I'm not getting enough steps in, guess what? I'm getting my steps in, and my legs are tired. Last night I went to bed earlier. I would have shot this video last night because I was just forget this, I'm tired. I'll shoot it tomorrow. I'll shoot it later. I was just forget this, I'm tired. I'm tired, darn it. I'm I need to, I was in tears. I managed to get home yesterday afternoon about probably 7 o'clock last night. We're talking Thursday. We're talking Thursday, 7 o'clock Thursday. And I was almost in tears. It's my knees were hurting. My knee actually popped Thursday, and I was just in tears. I was almost hysterical from the pain. I was just crying, and that's part of the reason why I got snotty with Tony, because I was like, look here. I said, I'm not feeling good. My legs are hurting. My knee just popped. I have arthritis in both of my legs, and, the elephantitis and every other wonderful, blessed thing going on with my legs seems like, and I'm hurting and I'm tired. I said, I actually have managed to get the trash together. I was I'm not taking it out tonight. It's not like the trash bag is going to run off. I'll get up tomorrow, and I'll take care of it. I was tired. I actually, on Friday, yesterday Friday, I slept in. I got out to see Tony late just because I was exhausted. And it's just, Tony was okay all day. I'm sure, because what it is Thursday, before I left, Tony got this notebook, where you could write, information down so, the nurses know and stuff. I got out a pen. I went fishing out for a pen in my purse. And if you're a woman, you'll know what I'm talking about. Everything sinks to the bottom of your purse. It's like all of a sudden you need a pen. I keep pens in my purse, but that sucker disappeared into the bottom of my purse. So I had to go fishing. I fished out a pen and found a nice black ink pen. One of my favorite kind of ink pens. And I wrote his name down, wrote today's date down, and wrote, if you need to contact my care partner is, and I wrote my name, wrote my phone number, and said call anytime after 12 noon, because I'm like, I don't normally, because I'm definitely awake by noon, but, I may not be up running around, not that matters, but, and I'm itching. Right now, the weather here in Kentucky, just as an aside, has been crazy. Like, I'm wearing a short sleeve shirt today. I had a long sleeve shirt, today and Friday. Thursday, it was like 60-something degrees. It was hot, and I wore a long sleeve shirt. I thought I was going to die. And that didn't help. That was, I think, part of the problem. And then today it was cold. I'm like, Mother Nature forgot to take Prozac. I'm like, seriously. I'm like, oh my God. What is this? I'm like, oh, Lord, help all of us. I'm like, but then, like, when I got outside, about 9:30, actually, it was more like 10. When I got outside about 2.5 hours ago at 10 tonight, and this is on Friday, it felt good. But I need to talk about Thursday, Friday. Thursday, Tony had surgery, got moved into a new room. He's fine. He actually, and I have to say, Tony looks good. He does. He looks real good now. I mean, you can tell it's a huge difference between like how he looked back on the 16th of April when this shit show, excuse my language, all started, and last couple of days since he had the heart surgery. He looks great. He looked really good Thursday. Well, I was with him yesterday on Friday, and he's looking a lot better, and guess what? And this is a big thing. Yesterday, Friday, Tony got out of bed. Wow, right? Okay, well, there's a couple of things you need to know about that, though. He got out of bed, yes, and he got into a chair. Even better. But here's the thing. Physical therapy was in, and they were getting him out of bed and, making him, move. Well, I think that's great. I requested Thursday when the house doctor came in, I looked at him and I said, hey, can we have so-and-so from physical therapy come in? I said, I had her when I had my physical therapy, when I had to learn to re-walk and everything with my legs 4 years ago in 2019. And I said, I absolutely loved her. I said, is there any way we can get her for him? I said, please. I said, I love her. She's just totally awesome. And I said, I just want to request her. If we can't get her, that's fine. But, that's, if we can, hey, great. If we can't, that's fine. But, I would love for so-and-so to, come work with Tony. And I told him I want to get him started on physical therapy as soon as possible. I'm like, they're going to close up, and this is the other thing. He now has one more surgery left for sure. He's got another heart surgery, like in a while. And when I say a while, I'm talking a week, 2 weeks, a month from now. Is not, because tonight, on Friday night, right before I left, the heart surgeon who operated on Tony on Thursday comes running in to check on Tony. And he talked about that stuff with us. I just was glad. I was in there late because I managed to catch a heart doctor tonight, So on Friday, heart doctor comes in and says, okay, you know what? You look better. You look a lot better. And when I got a hold of you yesterday, on Thursday, you're going to have another surgery on your heart because there's more gunk in there and it is like more involved than, like the one that he could get to easy and fix. That one is like, is like all this business on Thursday. He had a bunch of trash in the system. I have to say that the last two surgeries Tony's had on Tuesday and Thursday were great. Nothing hinky happened. Came through both just fine, like a champ. I gotta say as an aside though, Tony has had more surgeries than I have. Now he's got me beat. I've had, a couple surgeries. One on my mouth when I was a teenager, and one on my breast. 4 years ago in 2019, to remove some cancer out of my body. So I'm like, he's got me beat, man. Yeah. I'm like, hey, I don't care, but he, just so you know, I have not yelled at Tony, but I have said things to him. I'm like, I looked at him last Saturday and I said, sweetie, I'm not yelling at you. Don't get that idea. Like, don't get that idea, sweetheart. But I was like, I need you to explain something to me. And he looked at me and he went, what? I go, I don't understand how you let this happen. I said, could you please explain to me why? I said, I would like to know why. I go, I do. I want to know why you let this happen with your foot. I go, I would have thought after 8 years ago, about this time 8 years ago when you had the blister on your left foot, that you wouldn't continue to think, I need to keep a tight lid on my feet to make sure nothing else hinky happens. I was like, I don't understand what happened. I'm like, because people are asking this. And I'm sure a lot of you out there watching is probably wondering. He never gave me a straight answer, I hate to tell you. So if you happen to, by chance, live near us and you go visit Tony, ask him. I would like to hear his explanation. I would love for somebody to drag this out of him. Because I even have my own mom yelling at me. She's like, why did he let this happen? I'm like, Mom, stop. Time out. You're hollering at the wrong person because I don't even know. He won't even answer me. He won't give me a straight answer. I'm like, I can't tell you what I don't know. But anyway. Now for, the thing is, speaking of him having surgeries, I just found out tonight before the heart surgeon came in, and before day shift left, the one girl who had Tony today, who was freaking awesome. It was a nurse assistant said, and by the way, you're going to have surgery on Sunday. We've first been told it'd be this weekend. And then we heard it'd be on Sunday. I don't know if it's going to be on Sunday or Saturday, later today, or tomorrow on Sunday. But if it happens, and whatever, because they're going to close up. They still, and that's the thing, they still have to close up Tony's foot. Because the surgery on Tuesday when he lost the rest of his toes, got it all out of him. They got the rest of it out, and that's part of the reason why they had to take the rest of his toes, because it was all going up into his toes. So they had to take them all off, and that's why. And, I know I didn't mention that earlier, but that's what it is. So they got all the gunk. My understanding is they got all the gunk out of his foot, out of his right foot, on Tuesday, this past Tuesday. So now, either later today on Saturday or sometime tomorrow on Sunday, he's going to have surgery number 4 on his foot. Excuse me, that was a burp. But yeah, this is how it stands right now. He's at some point in the next 48 hours, either today on the 29th or tomorrow on the 30th of April, Tony's going to have himself surgery number 4 on the foot. So, it is what it is. Okay. Now, like as in the other video, in the description of this video, I am going to include the links for not only the GoFundMe page, but my book as well. And like I said in the other video, I would prefer that you go to the GoFundMe page first. We've so far only had one donation. I hate to ask, but you know what? I mean, it's where we have no money coming in, because like I said in the other video, and like I've said in this one already, I can't walk and I can't work because my legs are messed up to where I have a lot of issues with pain in my legs to where I can't do that. And obviously Tony's going to be down probably, I'd say, until probably Memorial Day next month or my birthday in June at least, and money doesn't grow on trees. And I mean, unless somebody feels like giving me a job where I can basically sit down and do it remotely, from home, here at home or something, I don't see me getting a job. I mean, but it is what it is. Anyway, like I said, please go to the GoFundMe page and give generously. Give 50, $100, $200, please give, okay? I mean, I would really appreciate it because, like I said, Tony and I need help paying bills, and we need help, with the surgeries and everything. I mean, and it's pretty bad. So if you can, I would really appreciate whatever you can give financially. I hate to ask that, but it is, like I said, it is what it is. Because Tony and I would like to keep lights on here and the electric and, food in our fridge and, our cell phones so people could contact us, or Tony could call his work, get back to work, and whatever, and be able to buy food, and put gas in the car so I can take him to his therapy and stuff, and so I can get me to, pick him up and what have you. But anyway, I thank you for watching, and I thank you now in advance for giving, okay? And any updates with Tony, I will shoot a third video soon to let you all know how he's doing and any updates and stuff. But anyway, I want to thank you all for watching, and please go to that GoFundMe page and give, okay? Thank you. Have a good night. Bye.